Do you like your belly button?
No.
No?
I have a deep fucking... Dude, whoever cut my cord got really close to just cutting me completely open and me falling onto the floor from within. Like, I have the most sensitive belly button. When people like put their finger in it, it like makes me want to die. It feels like someone has entered me.
Interesting.
And not in a nice way.
Yeah. Let us know if you're comfortable when people put their finger in your belly button too. I also like, I don't like being touched around there. I flinch. It grosses me out and it hurts.
Yeah. I have a deep innie. So the deep innie like makes it so that it's harder to look chiseled on your stomach. Mm-hmm. So I need to like be really, really fit. So anyway, my goal is to be in good enough shape to wear a crop top.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yes or no? Did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance?
Yes.
I had no prior knowledge of the planned assault on Nancy Kerrigan.
I am deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
I'm trying to find ways to sit up straight consistently every single time, but this couch is so comfortable that it's kind of hard not to.
It's hard on a couch.
Have you ever had good posture?
I think I have okay posture. What up, everybody? Welcome back to Oops the Podcast. A little pre-episode posture talk.
A little insecurity.
Giulio Gallerati, Ryan Lynch.
Hello. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Happy to be here.
Good, dude. Guys, let's take a second to appreciate Lynch. Guy's a good guy. He's just a good kid.
Oh, I didn't ask for this. Thank you.
If you are trying in life to get ahead, if you just behave the way Ryan, if you ask yourself, what would Ryan do? Chances are that is a good starting place. He is doing a great job here. I love having him around. He's easy to work with. He gets it done. And you just love to see it.
As are you, Julio.
Thank you, Ryan.
I enjoy coming to your apartment before we record. I want to tell you everything that's happened since I've seen you last. And I know you and Francis did a good job avoiding discussing that. So I try to come straight into the studio room and play music to avoid facilitating any conversation that would leak or spoil anything that I'm trying to say for the podcast. And then sometimes when I'm not playing music and Julio's in the other room and we're setting up the podcast, he will whistle or I will whistle just to let each other know that like vibes are good. And like, and we never mentioned that, but I just want to let you know right now, that's the vibe. When you whistle, that is what I am hearing from you is like vibes are good. That's and great. I'm whistling and sometimes I'll whistle back. And then sometimes I try to catch whatever tune you're whistling to and try to reciprocate it. But you're a really good whistler.
Thank you, Ryan.
By the way, like very good. You have like that.
I have good range as a whistler.
It's very
something
very
that I was
good.
born with. My mother, I inherited it from my mother.
Yeah.
But I can hit some good. I appreciate it, Lynch. Usually when someone gets a compliment, they're supposed to say, but what I'm doing is going, I am very good, Lynch. Thank you.
You are really good. Can you, does it sound okay in the microphone to do a little tune?
Let's see.
Look at that. That's lovely. All the birds listening love that.
I'm glad that the whistling. I'm glad that the whistling gives off the good vibes. I don't know that I'm specifically thinking that, but if I am, it must mean that there are good vibes in the air.
Yeah.
Sometimes Lynch will be playing a little song, and then I will start whistling that song.
Yeah.
Everybody wins. Everybody feels good.
Feels great.
And here we are.
Feels
Ryan.
great. Yeah, dude.
Do you have a Ring camera?
No, I do not have a Ring camera. I have the only thing protecting me from my life being ruined is that little metal latch that goes over that lock on the top third of the door that I trust my life in protecting.
The hotel
me.
latch.
But no, nothing to collect evidence upon break-in.
Is the latch designed so that the landlord can't get in? I think it is. I think it's to give you comfort knowing that your landlord cannot defeat that.
I guess so.
With the master key that he has.
That is true. I guess I've seen some Ring camera, because Ring cameras are also inside the apartment, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Just like security cameras. I've stumbled upon on Twitter some videos of landlords going into their tenants' apartments without consent and doing some not nice things, like sniffing underwear and stuff like that.
Really?
And that's been captured. Yeah. And I
That's
don't search for this.
crazy.
Like we've discussed this, like Twitter's like uncharted territory
Twitter's
where
great.
every fifth, I'll see something about the Yankees, I'll see something about the Lakers, I'll see something about stand up, and then I'll see a landlord sniffing on some Victoria's Secret underwear. And I don't search for that. That's just what they throw into the feed.
Well, they know you like it, and they're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That is
But
good.
I do not have a Ring camera. You do though. How is that?
It's fine. I didn't put it in. It was just here when we got here, but we did set it up. It's like attached to our doorbell, whatever. But it's it's potentially the funniest social media app that exists. The amount of hilarious, because like you'll get all the notifications in the neighborhood if you want them. Now, granted, New York is unique because 5 miles away here is really far away, but normally it's not far away. So like the fact that I'm getting notifications of something that's happening 5 miles away is not concerning to me because all day long you're seeing like video and notifications about people doing shit. But I'm getting some funny ones. Here's an example. Jerk stole my packages.
Wait, real quick. So wait, the social media side of this, like, is it a feed of alerts?
Notifications. So yeah, it's alerts. So
Okay.
basically it'll be like someone's at your front door, but then it'll be like stealing packages. And like people will write what it is. So it'll be like someone did this, someone did that, but occasionally they're hilarious. A lot of the time they're hilarious. Like found a dog. The dog. And then another one was porch pirates spotted, like all sorts of stuff like this. Let's see the dog one. This looks like it could be kind of funny. Yeah, it's like missing cat, stolen bike from backyard.
And is it just basically like, hey, this is what happened, or is there like a call to action?
I think it's what happened, and then they're like, we called the cops, but nothing, or whatever happened. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find this dog one, maybe.
That's nice. While you're looking for that, don't you get an alert anytime somebody walks by your apartment?
Yeah, but you can sort of adjust the range.
Okay.
So, and I've done that. It kind of took a sec, but because otherwise every single time somebody walks by your door, you get a notification. So now I pretty much have it so that it's just people who are literally on the doorstep, ringing the bell, etc. It will trigger it. Yeah. So anyway, it's pretty funny, especially if most of the time it's like pretty innocent shit. I mean, getting stuff stolen obviously sucks, but if it were like a little bit more kind of intense and gruesome, I might not enjoy it as much. But so far, I've been enjoying it quite a bit.
That's pretty nice.
So pretty funny stuff.
In terms of, I was thinking about this the other day, since you brought up the door and then we got to people breaking in. Should somebody break into your apartment, are you prepared for that? And if so, what is your plan?
So one time these people came into my apartment, in my old apartment in Brooklyn. These people walked up the stairs and they thought that they were in like their friend's house or something. And they weren't. It was my house. And I was like, no. And I just sort of was like, no, like, and just kind of like ushered them out. So, and in that moment, I realized I don't know if I'd be prepared. If someone was just in your apartment, I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? And I think that I'd be willing to like not accuse them of anything if they were willing to just leave. Even if they were in there with sort of like nefarious intent. I'm not gonna be like, are you fucking robbing my apartment? I would be afraid that would make them act rashly. Maybe since I caught them, they'd kill me, hoping that the evidence would die with me.
In the flight or fight instinct that they'd have, they might think to kill you or like hurt you.
Are you looking for, you're friends with Robert, right? Yeah, dude, he's actually, I get why, but, and then they'd leave.
And they just walked in?
And then I would, no, I'm saying these people just walked in. My door, I guess, was open.
Okay.
But I'm talking about the situation if somebody broke in.
You would come out and be like, hey, I think you got the wrong apartment?
I'd try to. I'd be like, hey. I'd be like...
And they're wearing their masks over their head.
I'd be like, are you sure you're in the right place? Oh my God, imagine they have the mask on.
Hey, buddy. I love your hat. I think you're in the wrong apartment.
So what do? Do you think the person at that point is like, all right, get on the ground?
I don't know. I think that if you break into an apartment, you have to be prepared for at least some sort of interaction. Unless they've done research to know that you're out of town, like Home Alone style. But like, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I put the knife that your father gave me underneath my bed.
Do you actually?
That is my protection.
Do you actually?
Yeah, it's underneath my bed. So it was I was cleaning out my bedside table the other day.
Why did Big G give you a knife? Why the fuck did Big G give you a knife?
Can we also mention, like, that was like a really, like, that seemed like way too, that was too nice of a knife for him to just give to me for what seemed to be like a little bit of a bit.
He has a knife collection.
Okay. But it's a really nice knife and it's really sharp and it's right underneath my bed and like accessible. And like, I always, like, not always, but like, I'll feel for it sometimes just to make sure that's still there. Because it occurred to me a couple months after getting the knife that I had it in my bedside table. And I can barely open the damn thing because it's filled and just stuffed with like old birthday cards and just
under your bed.
No, my bedside table.
Oh, got it.
So it was originally in there, and I was like, should somebody break in, the 3 or 4 seconds that it takes to pry this open, I'm already dead.
You're gonna be sorry in 5 seconds.
Victoria's throat is already slit.
Yeah.
And a gunshot to her head. It's like, I need to get the knife, so I put it underneath my bed. And easy access. I have a low bed frame, so really it's right there. And should somebody break in, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll at least have the knife in my hand, which hopefully would prepare me better than someone that wouldn't have anything in their hands should somebody come in.
Right. No, this all checks out, Lynch. The only thing I wonder is, like, why would that person be murdering you in Victoria? It feels very aggressive of them. Have you done something?
No, nothing worthy of being killed. And I don't think Victoria's done anything worthy of me being killed, but you never know until something like that happens.
Right.
Ozark style.
You escape and she's like, I'll catch you up tomorrow morning. For now, let's sleep.
Get in the Uber. I'll see you in Texas.
Let's just say I'm not quite who you thought I was.
Dude, I would be shocked.
I thought you were going to say I would be turned
I'd
on.
be so throbby.
No. That's like Everything Everywhere All at Once, dude.
Yeah.
Throbby is funny.
Exactly. But no, I don't think about the intent. I just think of like, they pick a random place, they're breaking in and they're going to take what they want and they don't care what happens when they're in there. Just a violent and somebody that's got nothing to lose breaking into a stranger's apartment. I would think that if someone broke into your apartment, wouldn't you think that there's a high likelihood that they would try to kill you?
No.
Not at all? Or
no.
What's the percentage chance that you would think that?
I don't know, but like, I'm just thinking rationally. Like, anybody who's breaking into my apartment is trying to steal shit from me, right? Mm-hmm. Stealing shit and killing somebody are just like not even related. You know what I mean? That's the equivalent. You know what I mean? Like, wanting to steal shit is like a reasonable crime, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not, but like, nobody wants to be stealing, you know? It's just kind of like you needed the money maybe, or maybe you start to get good at it and that's the only way you know how to make money, whatever. I'm sure there's plenty of reasons why people steal, and maybe I'm giving all these criminals too much credit. But I think that theft and murder are just so different. And even theft is different on a different scale. Like stealing from a store versus breaking into Ryan's apartment and stealing his shit, not the same. Mm-hmm. And while they're both bad, obviously, quote bad, and they are bad, I would say, it's hard to argue they aren't unless there's more circumstances that we don't know about in this example. Mm-hmm. But why kill you? If you've broken into a place and you're stealing stuff, whatever, that in the terms of like crime committal, you're going to do way more severe time for killing a person. So there would have to be a reason to kill you. So I don't imagine that, okay, I'm going to break into this guy's house and steal his shit, but I'm also going to kill him. I feel like they would kill you maybe if, like I said before, and again, we're just discussing this. I don't know for sure, but they saw you pop out. Hey, what the fuck? I'm calling the cops right now, whatever. If you become some risk to them successfully pulling off this heist, then you put yourself in danger as the person being like robbed, potentially.
That's a really good point. I never considered motive in terms of the killing factor. I just think of the worst possible person breaking in and just not knowing what they're going to do and then assuming the worst. But that's a good point. It is such a big difference between killing and you know, how much time do you get for breaking in?
I don't know specifically, but it has to be more for, I think, you know, if you home invasion or whatever, breaking and entering, whatever it is, I think that's, you know, more severe than some other stuff, but definitely not more than cold-blooded murder.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is interesting because I think about, they say statistics are misleading, and they are. And it's an interesting thing because sometimes I'll look up what are the most dangerous cities in America, et cetera. And I don't know that those sort of statistics are accurate as far as how at risk a particular person in those areas should feel in the broader areas. Because a lot of the time the crime will be confined to a specific area. So it's like in this part of town, it's bad. You would never go to that part of town. And, you know, maybe sometimes the guys or the people from that part of town can make it to other parts of town, and that's not great. But that kind of situation is less dangerous than a place where there are pockets mixed among the neighborhoods that are not dangerous, if that makes sense. So it's like bad streets versus bad neighborhoods, right? That's a thing that should be paid more attention to if you are a visitor to any particular city in America. So I always wonder about that. When I read that a place is super dangerous, I'm like, I wonder what that means specifically. What are all these crimes being committed? Is this criminals fighting each other? Because that's a thing, you know, even with like countries with like big drug trafficking stuff. I know they sort of terrorize the community and stuff, but a lot of the killing is done, you know, the criminals killing the rival gang type thing, you know? So I always, and look, being around that environment, if that's happening amongst you, you know, you can get caught with a stray. You don't want to be in a place where people are having shootouts. Yeah. It goes without saying.
There was you know, I've been watching a lot of basketball lately, and towards the end of any game, they cut to the little news teaser, and they're like, coming up after the game. And I saw the other day, like there was a 2-year-old boy in the Bronx that got shot just because he happened to be at the bodega or whatever store where there was another crime being committed. Just a random stray, like you mentioned. Yeah. Yeah, that happens way too much. The stray killings.
The stray bullet.
Yeah. And then also,
did the kid die?
No, I think the kid's okay.
Bro, 2-year-olds
but like not
shot
good.
and surviving. That kid's about to have the hardest rap album of all time when he turns 6.
Hopefully.
The youngest kid to get shot, hopefully. I mean, are people younger than that being shot?
Hopefully not younger, but unfortunately young.
Let's look this up. Who's the youngest person to ever be shot?
Oh, it's so fucked, but yes, let's do it. The youngest person. Google's like, come on, Rye, please, we're fighting for your protection. Please don't search that. The youngest person to be shot. Oh, God. Top article, America's youngest victims. This isn't good. I don't know if we should go down here. Well, I'm seeing people that are it's just a bunch of people that are older than 2.
Okay.
And
so our man's
I don't think Google wants to help us figure out this answer.
Well, at least our guy survived. Happy for that.
Happy for our boy.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say the reason why I thought about all of this in the first place was I was in bed the other night and I heard a banging sound. Or so that's what I thought it to be. And I just like thought, I'm like, oh, there's like if someone's breaking in right now, start thinking about the next steps if you hear another noise or anything like that. And it was so loud that Victoria woke up too and was like, what was that? And in that moment, you have to like do something. If your partner wakes up and is also like, what was that? Kind of like the gunshot that you heard outside of your apartment.
Yes.
And so I got up, but I didn't grab the knife, and I went into the apartment expecting to see like 5 people in there, like ready to go. And it was just a wedding invitation that fell off of our refrigerator because the tape was not strong enough, and it hit the ground at the sharpest, hardest, loudest angle possible.
Well, this has got to be a fancy wedding.
Pretty thick card.
A 6-pound wedding invitation. Bashing to the ground. Ryan, by the way, just casually talking about the gunshot outside of my apartment. I feel like that requires slightly broader context.
Yeah. Please.
I knew a bit about this, but we heard a gunshot somewhere out the window. It wasn't like directly outside of our apartment. There were people shooting guns like in the building or anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, you mentioned this on the podcast too. I'm not just saying, okay. I'm just taking stuff from your stand up.
I wasn't. No, I know.
Just leaking all of your jokes into stories today.
Just in case anybody was blindsided by that. Which, by the way, take the moment here to thank all of our new listeners. It's been nice welcoming a new group of committed and awesome Oops fans into the mix. Also, thank you to our OGs who have been with us through every different iteration of the pod. We love all of you. We think we're going to do some fun summer merch. More coming there soon, but looking forward to putting that out there. And finally, make sure to catch me this weekend, Washington, D.C. and Atlanta. I'm going to be at the Comedy Loft Thursday, Friday, tonight. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday at the Punchline in Atlanta. Beginning of May, I'm in Detroit. Beginning of June, I'm in Boston. Middle of June, I'm in Portland, Oregon. And then 8/3, Pasadena, California, to all the LA people who've been trying to get me to come through. So
damn, dude. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Saturdays are not for laundry.
Saturdays are not for laundry.
That's not for that. But the one redeeming quality in doing so was that I was able to clean all my underwear.
Nice.
And I had an assortment of pairs of MeUndies boxer briefs to choose from before going out.
Nice, man. That is one silver lining of doing your laundry on Saturday. You get the pick of the litter of your best pair of drawers. The good thing is, if you have MeUndies as your primary underwear source, you got that as long as you have one clean pair.
Yeah.
Because all pairs of MeUndies are unbelievably comfortable. They will make you feel good about yourself. I know they make me feel very good about myself because I sort of have a little bit of a weird body, Ryan. I'm shaped in a way that I sometimes am insecure about. And if I'm wearing the wrong underwear, I begin to spill. And I don't like that. That's not cute. Spilling is not cute.
They minimize spillage.
They minimize spillage. And by that, I just mean where the elastic is just kind of awkward and too tight and your body just spills over the side of it. So anyway, MeUndies is so comfortable. They have every style you could want. I like the boxer brief. This kind of classic black boxer brief is what I like to rock with. It's perfect. They have a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different designs. Fun stuff, standard stuff. They got it all and they got you covered, and they literally have your nether regions covered. They make you feel good all day, and they make you feel good about yourself the way that I feel good about myself. So I love a pair of MeUndies, man.
Yeah, me too. That's all you could ask for.
That's all you can ask for, dude.
That's all you could ask for. So get 20% off your first order plus free shipping at MeUndies.com/OopsPodcast. That's MeUndies.com/OopsPodcast for 20% off plus free shipping. MeUndies, comfort from the outside in.
Dude, so I think about this occasionally. So when I was a kid, I used to fantasize about finding money on the street, and a lot of it. Not like $20, not $50, not $100. We're talking a duffel bag filled with money. There's a guy from the Wu-Tang Clan. His name is U-God. He's a lesser, I don't want to say like lesser known member, but he is. I mean, I feel like Method Man is probably the one that most people know. How many Wu-Tang people do you know off the top of your head?
0.
Method Man and U-God only?
None. I couldn't name any.
I'm not saying you specifically should or anybody should. I'm just curious.
I'm just being.
But you now know too. Method Man and U-God.
Meth Man?
Method Man.
Method Man.
Hey, do you know who that is?
No.
Wow, that's wild.
I know Wu-Tang, but
That just makes me, it just makes me feel old. You're right, not me. So Method Man, U-God.
I might be wrong too, though.
Those are 2 of the 10. There's technically 9 members, but if you want to be, fully inclusive, you'd include the 10th. None of this matters. However, U-God supposedly in 2 separate times in his life found giant duffel bags of cash in wherever, walking around and found these duffel bags of cash, which feels like it's a more plausible scenario in some of the neighborhoods that these guys are from, where there are some drug enterprises, some cash businesses, and it's possible that could happen, maybe more so.
In that environment?
Maybe. Who knows?
Huh.
Right? Pulling shit out of my ass here. But I fantasize about it a lot. And I wonder, what would I do if I found $1 million on the street?
$1 million cash
in a duffel bag. You find it on the street. What do you do? Because this is what I think. I would be worried about a few different scenarios. Scenario number 1, whoever has $1 million that's on the street, that person has resources. They probably have somebody on the inside. If there happens to be any camera anywhere, they're going to find you. If they have that sort of access. If they know where to look, etc. So I'd be worried about that. So there's a chance that I would try to cover my face like as soon as I possibly could or something. And then, but I don't know how I would do that.
You would need to be wearing a sweatshirt 24/7 on the off chance that you stumble upon this bag of money.
Right. So then you throw the hoodie on. Okay.
But you always need to be walking with a hoodie.
Is there any other sort of, is there another sort of form of Is there another form of clothing that you could wear that would help hide you? The hoodie is sort of the tried and true, huh? A shiesty is a little too obvious.
What's a shiesty again?
A shiesty is like the one that covers your face completely with the eye holes and the mouth.
Okay. Yeah, but you don't want to. You can't walk around with that 24/7.
Yeah, maybe some sort of hat.
Say a hat, but that just like the brim will just cover your face. People will still identify you.
Which is all you sort of need in that moment. This is the move, in my opinion. You need to just kind of hope that once you grab that money, no one saw you do it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the moment where you're the most vulnerable, because from there you can cover your tracks a little more easily.
Mm-hmm.
If someone saw you, or if it happens to get picked up on a security camera and the people know where that happened, they could be able to find you. So if you're lucky enough to be wearing a hoodie, you throw the hood on immediately, you get in an Uber, and you cross state lines. You then exit the Uber wearing those clothes. You want to go into a place where there's a lot of people. So the perfect place would be a place where you can go in, there's a lot of people, there isn't surveillance, and you can change, you can launder yourself. Mm-hmm. You change, and then you come back out, but you still have the bag.
Launder yourself. Yeah.
You still have the bag.
Wouldn't you want to launder yourself in the vehicle? Or does that not make a difference? If they're tracking the car, they're going to be able to tell point A and point B that whoever gets out of the car is you.
Potentially. So they just need to make, they might.
Unless you're wearing a wig and a whole new thing.
But let's assume they're not tracking the car.
Okay.
But if they are able to track the car, they might be able to track the car from surveillance cameras, because the entirety of Manhattan is surveilled. But I get the police told a friend of mine once that like some of the other boroughs are not as well surveilled. If you have this much money, you can sort of disrupt your life for a bit to make sure that this goes smoothly. So I think what I would do is I would Uber to some sort of distant family member's house, because I wouldn't want to go directly to my parents' house because I don't want to put them in risk. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'd go to some other person's house who I care about slightly less than my parents. Sorry to this person. You wouldn't know what I was doing. So theoretically, none of us would ever have to suffer for this. I'd come over. Oh, hey, I'd bring some nice stuff. We'd chat. Hey, G, thanks for checking in. Hey, man, anytime. And, I'd hope that by the time I was wherever I was, they had now lost me. The surveillance sort of puzzle pieces have been broken. Mm-hmm. They can no longer find me for now. And if you survive those first couple of weeks, you're good. But from there, depositing the money into the bank is a risk, because if those bills happen to be being tracked in some capacity, because, only from watching TV, I know that there's a chance that there's marked bills or whatever. Mm-hmm. And if you were to deposit it into the bank, they would find out and kill you.
Yeah.
So you might just have to keep this as cash.
Yeah, I'll be honest, and I've watched Ozark before, and I've seen other shows like Breaking Bad where laundering money is like a very important step of, mm-hmm. doing illegal activity and whatnot. I don't understand it. Like, I understand you need to spend the money so that it makes money, to make that money that was stolen look like money made honorably.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I understand the concept of it. I don't know. I would not know what to do. I wouldn't know how to apply that and apply that equation and do something with it.
So I don't know that it's not like simple. Money laundering is not easy, it seems. So I don't know that either of us would be able to execute it without some sort of trial and error, consulting some sort of expert. But like, I know what you've just said. Do you like fully understand it?
Maybe I do understand the concept.
Just explain it to me again. So then I can try to help you if you know less than I do, but we may know the same.
I think I just said it as eloquently as I ever could.
Explain. You now have $1 million that you made from selling drugs. Explain to me how you're going to launder it.
See, that's what I don't know.
Okay.
Hypothetically, could I go to a gas station? Let's say I have $1 million in $100 bills. I don't know how many bills that would be. Mm-hmm.
I do. Want me to explain it to you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to mansplain to another man, but since I potentially can offer some a little more insight on this. So, for example, you have $1 million that you made selling cocaine. If you spend $1 million, they're going to notice you've spent $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once you've spent this $1 million, they will be like, well, where did you get it? You're going to be in trouble because A, you didn't pay taxes on it. B, you did illegal shit to get it and you can't prove that you did it another way. So now you have this money and you want to legitimize the money so you can just use it and spend it and live your life with it and not have to worry about there being some paper trail to your illegal activity. So this is what you do. You would open a laundromat or something, or a pizza shop. You open a pizza shop. It's a cash business. Now this pizza shop makes no money, but you're going to say that the pizza shop made $1 million. And you can't prove that it didn't because a lot of the money was done in cash. People paying cash at the pizza store. It's a cash only business. Therefore, if you do it within reason and it seems like you're busy enough, you can make it seem like the $1 million came from the pizza store. And now you have laundered the money.
Now, can you do that without any interaction with the IRS?
No, but it doesn't matter because you are filing taxes on your business. Mr. Pizza Store, Ryan Lynch's Pizza Pie. Hey, Pizza Pie.
Welcome to Ryan Lynch's Pizza Pie. That's Lynch, LYNCH.
Ryan Lynch's Pizza Pie. That's the most fire pizza shop name of all time. Ryan Lynch's Pizza Pie, dude. That's hilarious. Ryan Lynch's Pizza Pie. So you file your tax return as the business. You know, you take expenses, boxes, bread, sauce, cheese. This is how much we spent on this. We earned $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we earned $1,065,000. 65,000 of that is real. $1 million is fake. Because it's not fake. You made it selling drugs. But now when you file your tax return, that's what you say in your tax return.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I just
and you have to make fake receipts.
Yeah.
Because you might get audited. And then you have to say, well, you know, on August 12th, Joey bought pizza, and you have receipts from every single day. You have a corrupt accountant do your books for you.
I understand all that. I just know that I'm not capable of being that buttoned up and executing all of that.
Just because you know deep down that you would be guilty?
No, I'm just too stupid. I just don't get it. I'm getting stressed out about this hypothetical scenario.
But this is the same as you just doing your normal taxes, just on like a bigger scale. And you have more support because there's more money involved.
I know, but now I'm employing people. I have
you have 3 employees. Their job's easy, bro. They sell 2 slices a day. You know, this is a fucking money laundering operation. Mm-hmm. But now look, places get caught sometimes for being money laundering operations. So you want this place to function as a legitimate business. Mm-hmm. You know, this is sort of what like the organized crime does.
No, yeah, I get it, and I don't think I'm capable of executing that.
Did I just explain something to you that you completely understood?
I do understand. Did I give off I don't understand vibes?
No, yes, you did. You did.
Yeah.
So I feel guilty if everybody listening thinks that I just explained this to Ryan when he didn't need to have it be explained to him.
No, I understand. Everything that you're saying makes sense, and then the in-depth explanation fortifies your initial explanation, which I completely comprehend. But I can't fathom doing all of that. Mm-hmm. I just can't, and it's as simple as that. Mm-hmm. Like I wish I could. I would try to find different ways to spend the money, and I don't think there is any way to do that. And then I would get caught. Like, could you go to a gas station every single day with $100 bill from the collection of $1 million and ask for change for 520s, and then leave? And then can you spend those $520 bills without any issues whatsoever?
No, so
that's not cleaning the money.
You're not laundering the money there, because you just got change. You just changed the denomination of the money. The money is still illegitimate money, but that's just such a small amount that's not going to matter.
If you do it every day.
But dude, it's not doing anything. If you did that every day, you have the same amount of money, and you still can't prove where it came from. You can only prove it's not the bill of money itself is not the problem.
Okay.
It's how
that's something that I didn't understand, because when I hear the term washing the money, I genuinely think of like the bills and whatever codes they have on them, and just getting them out of your wallet, swapping them out for other legitimate bills. But it doesn't matter, because you're going to get investigated regardless of if it's in a trillion pennies or a $1 billion bill. it's still money that you
Exactly.
did get illegally.
However, I think what you're saying is a thing too. Like if I were to have found this duffel bag of $1 million and the bills were somehow marked in a way where they were noticing their circulation, where they're going, who's doing stuff with them, etc. If that is happening, then you would want to change the bills. Mm-hmm. Here's the only problem with that. I imagine that if I were to try to find somebody to confirm that these bills were not marked in some way. Now, marking bills may be a completely fictional thing. I don't actually know. I've only heard about it on TV. I have no idea. But if I were to find people who would know the answer to this, those people probably know the people whose money I have. And they're not going to care about me. They're going to care about that guy. Mm-hmm. They want to do a solid for the badman. Mm-hmm. So you'd be in a little bit of a precarious position here.
That's true.
That money might end up being the worst thing that ever happened to you. But the key is to be patient, don't be rash, and don't be scared. People aren't all knowing. People aren't watching every single thing you're doing, right? If you are careful and consistent and you don't let your guard down, you can take that $1 million and it can change your life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. One more question on that. Could you take that $1 million, bring it to your home or a safe house if you bring it to like an extended family member, and can you exclusively use that money as spending money, going out money, like dinners, restaurants, buying clothes? That money is dedicated solely to those types of expenses, and then just continue your regular lifestyle, earn your money how you normally do, and
Absolutely.
then don't need to claim that hidden money at all.
Yeah.
So that's an option too.
It is. The only problem with that is that $1 million should change your life a lot more than the scenario that you are proposing. So, for example, I don't know. To me, it's a bummer where it's like I have $1 million. Like I could put a down payment on a sick house with that. I can do so much with this $1 million.
I know.
But yeah, if you're in a situation like that, then you can only do it like buying stuff, which would just be such a drop in the bucket. You know what I mean? Like buying clothes, buying meals, whatever. Although there might be a scenario where you could like pay your rent with it.
Yeah.
Your landlord will probably accept cash.
Yeah.
But he has to say where it came from. I don't know. I think I've stumbled upon this on Reddit before. Let me see. If I found a bunch of money on the street. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
While you're looking that up, I was thinking about while you were explaining what you would do. I agreed with, trying to get it to a secondary location, but you would need to have a hoodie on you 24/7. And then I would be double paranoid in the fact that they would be able to identify me because of my hands, because they're white. And they'd be like, oh, it's at the very least, it's a white guy. So then you would have to be wearing gloves 24/7. And then I just thought of the scenario of you pulling up to a distant cousin's house. You get out of the Uber and you're wearing a wig.
Why do you need gloves though?
Because they can't tell what race you are. And so that helps you stay incognito, and that doesn't narrow the search down for them whatsoever.
Right.
Like if you're wearing a hood and you're wearing gloves,
fully covered
they
up.
can't tell. Like there's nothing else they can tell about you.
They can't see my finger tattoo.
Yeah, you got to wear the Dr. Motion high socks to make sure you cover your ankles as well. The high compression socks.
That's right.
And then you show up to your cousin's house, with a wig and a dress on, like Mrs. Doubtfire, with a duffel bag. Like, hey, what's up? So that's that. I've had that thought before when like thinking about committing crimes. Like you want to make sure that you're wearing something that does not reveal your skin color whatsoever.
Right. So they would have no idea what you are. They wouldn't know where to start, where to look.
Yeah.
Throw on a wig and a dress, run away.
Yep.
I'm not finding what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
There was a specific thread that dove deeply into this. It was pretty funny. But anyway, it's sounding like this is not that desirable of a scenario to find that much money.
Well, as long as we don't stumble upon the money, there is a much higher likelihood that anybody that breaks into our apartment is not intending to kill us.
This is true.
So
that's very good.
There
That's the other thing I worry about. It's like if I found the money, even if I was willing to just give it back to the person, there's still a chance you might end up getting killed there. Mm-hmm. That sucks.
Because you know too much?
Now you know too much.
Yeah.
The Man Who Knew Too Much.
I
Great
always feel bad for those people in movies.
Yeah.
The nice guy that just knows too much. I remember
It's a tough guy to beat.
the not to spoil, but the Michael Fassbender movie that came out last fall, The Killer. There's an Uber driver, and he has no idea what's going on. And Fassbender did not need to kill him, but he kills him.
Wrong place at the wrong time, Poppy.
Nice kid, like, just a young guy driving Uber, making some money, shot in the back of the head for no reason.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Guys, you need good socks in life, okay? Depending on whatever season it is, there's a different sock that might go well for whatever you're trying to do. Summer's coming, and that means that I like having the low-cut ankle compression sock from Dr. Motion. They are known for their knee-high compression socks, and if you guys don't know this already, a compression sock is just great for your leg, great for your foot, helps distribute the pressure around in the right way so that the blood flow is completely optimized. But there's a different style for everybody, depending on whatever your needs are, whether it be stylistic or for function or for both. And we love both. And that's why we love Dr. Motion socks. Their spring and summer collection just dropped. Get in there and take a peek. We guarantee you're going to like it.
You heard it from Julio, guys. These are the best socks on the market. They're durable. It's time for spring, and you can visit their website at drmotionsocks.com to check out all of their products and explore their new collection today. Dr. Motion.
Socks. Did I talk about this yet? About our friend Adam, who listens to the pod, who went to Afghanistan. Did I talk about this?
No.
So Adam, shout out to Adam. He's a dude who's been listening to the pod for a long time. And he started sort of like doing my travel itineraries. He went to Iraq. He was with the same people that I sort of went around with. They showed him around. He did some similar stuff to what I did. And then he went to Afghanistan and did pretty much my same itinerary also, including driving through that crazy tunnel. If you guys haven't watched the video, go
He did the tunnel?
He did the tunnel, and he was like, dude, he goes, I specifically tried to avoid the tunnel. He like asked to fly, and they like somehow ended up just putting him in the tunnel still. Like he ended up driving.
Wow.
And yeah, dude, the tunnel fucking sucks.
Which episode, real quick, just on the side, which specific episode in the series is that one?
That is the third
one?
episode, Survival.
If you haven't seen Julio's series, the tunnel scene is one of the most anxiety-inducing moments in anything that I've ever watched.
Really?
Especially with that trip. Even with you being captured temporarily or held by the Taliban, the tunnel scene, the way that it was mentioned to you that people die all the time in it.
Right.
Just like that could be you.
Totally.
I'm sure people. Do you think people have died in that tunnel since?
Probably, yeah.
That's really scary.
I know.
So
I know.
so he went through it.
No, I know that they have actually. There was like a whole incident. But anyway,
That's
so
scary, dude.
crazy. So he went, but he actually went to the schools.
Oh, sweet.
And he took photos and videos, and it's cool to know that it's working. It's cool to know that, like, and I know that already, but it's nice to have an unbiased third party show up and check it out and be like, looks like it's going pretty good. I was like, oh, that's great to hear. So shout out to Adam for doing that. We have a travel question, and this is kind of a funny one. So I thought this might be funny to get your take on this could be a possible, sorry, let me say that again. I thought this might be a possible pod topic. This is not from Adam, by the way, it's from somebody else. He goes, my wife met me out here in Bali. I was in Singapore for work. We've been married for 5+ years. We travel extensively and very internationally. We on occasion let the resort or hotel know that we are celebrating our honeymoon. They, of course, hook it up with dinners, bottles, credits to the spa. Is this a turkey move or legit? It's a little bit of a turkey move, dude.
I just think you're gonna get some bad karma for that.
Yeah. Whatever. See, if you are, now we're talking about committing crimes here. I wouldn't call this a crime, but it's really fun when you can do a Bonnie and Clyde situation. If you're going to commit a crime, do it with somebody you love.
Mm-hmm. I bet the sex after committing a crime like that is really good.
Oh yeah, when you guys are feeding each other those free chocolate covered strawberries, you're fucking drinking champagne out of her innie.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully not an Audi.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of fun.
It's harmless. It's harmless.
Yeah.
But I'd be a little worried about some minor inconveniences coming your way to pay for that dirty deed of yours. But that's cute.
Yeah, I think that while it's leaning turkey, I think overall it's all good. My personal thought. But
it's turkey, but it's light. It's very light.
Light turkey.
It's thin sliced turkey.
It's low sodium turkey.
Low sodium, low fat. Very thin.
Thinly sliced, low sodium turkey.
On a whole wheat wrap, no white bread.
Yeah,
anything
not
like
even a
that.
sandwich.
It's the lightest bit of turkey.
Well, thank you for sharing. But Lynch, we've been thinking about our honeymoon a bit.
Oh
Me and Hill Doggerstein. We're thinking we're going to go to South America.
Really?
Yeah, we're thinking maybe Chile. And
Santiago?
Probably. Well, I mean, I think we would theoretically probably have to fly through there at some point if that's our first destination. But I think we want to go to the Atacama, the desert, the high desert, which is sort of like mountainous and famous and unique and beautiful. So if we can find some sort of, fancy retreat that goes sort of in that area, we definitely want to do that. It'll be so the time that our honeymoon would be is theoretically a tough time to travel because most of the world's population and most of the places to go in the world are in the northern hemisphere. That's just a fact. So if we're going to be traveling during winter, we don't ski. We were thinking Japan could be fun, but it's like, it's going to be December. Like, do we really want to go to Japan in December? Like, maybe, but like for our honeymoon, maybe not. So we're thinking that Chile, Argentina could be fun. I don't really know what the deal is with like the beaches there or if there's like beach resorts or like what's up with that. We're kind of like looking into it. I don't know much about that. But if we can do some sort of nature, whether it's like beautiful mountain retreat, lodge, hot spring, whatever, and also beach situation, that would be nice.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah. And I think we're also going to do, so our wedding's in November, but I think we're going to wait for Christmas break, quote Christmas break, to do it just to like make it as fulfilling of an experience as possible.
What is in like turn your phone off and really
Sure. But like
be together.
Now, granted, look, like it's a special time. You need to just be willing to enjoy it. But, the middle of November into December, it's just kind of like a busy time, sort of. Everybody's wrapping up for the year. And like, it might just feel ever slightly so much lighter to go during a time where nobody's doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we leave on like Christmas Day or whatever.
That sounds great.
Fly down there.
You can stay like about a week.
10 days, maybe.
That sounds awesome.
Right? Does that sound sweet?
I'm not familiar with that area at all, but I'm sure it sounds beautiful.
I'm not really either. I know a little bit about it from like nature shows and stuff, but excited to sink my teeth in.
That's
have a nice
great.
trip.
Real quick questions. You mentioned Japan in the winter. Is Japan north of where we are
I don't know.
on the globe?
I don't know. I always just
I feel like it might be like the equivalent to where Maine is, but that's just me talking out of my ass. So
I'm looking right now. It's kind of hard to. You can't really zoom out that far. It looks like it's pretty similar, dude.
yeah.
But the world is weird. Like if you put the map flat, it doesn't like always accurately represent where things are. If you looked at it on like a curved axis, but I think it looks like it's pretty similar, dude. Like New York to Japan.
It does look similar. Maybe a little. I don't know. It doesn't. It's very similar. It seems very similar.
But it's also long. But it also like curves inward.
So it looks actually a little bit beneath. It looks a little lower than where we are in the
Does it?
Northeast. Ever so slightly.
I mean, it depends what part of it you're looking at.
That's true. I don't know. I was just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about it.
That's great, dude. I'm excited for you guys.
But yeah, dude. So that should be fun. Looking forward to it. And if anybody has any recommendations or whatever, or things that we should be considering, let me know.
So I recently saw a TikTok where a stylist was discussing how straight men adopt gay men's fashion a few years after they initiate wearing it.
Got it.
So something that straight men might be like, I would never wear that a couple years ago, are starting to wear now.
Got it.
So I want to ask you a couple of these things and see your thoughts on them. So one of the new trends right now is painting your fingernails. We're seeing a lot of straight men starting to paint their fingernails. What are your thoughts on that?
So I feel as if, and correct me, it seems like the painting of the fingernails trend has already come and gone. Is it like back again? I feel like a few years ago, like 2019, dudes were painting their fingernails, and that was like normal if you were straight.
Interesting.
But maybe not. Maybe that was like, I don't know.
I haven't seen any of that.
I would theoretically do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a color? Like, why would you do it?
So this is the thing. I don't want to do it preemptively. Like I don't think that I'm cool enough to just start painting my fingernails and have people accept it. Like for me, I would need to be getting invited to like high fashion shit. And this would have to be my like look at some fucking big thing where I was definitely getting photographed and I'm like styled in a way that I might not normally dress. You know what I mean? In that scenario, sure. I'd let the nails be painted and I'd kind of leave it up to my stylist.
Your stylist?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The color.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do with the fingernail thing. The reason why I've seen this in application too. I don't know if he's straight or gay. Doesn't matter. But on Duke's basketball team, Jared McCann. I think he's a rookie, or I think he's a freshman at Duke.
He does it?
He paints his fingernails and he TikToks, and he has a flamboyant, dancey TikTok account. But the dude hoops. And so it's just funny to see like someone with like such a strong feminine side also be so dominant in like a masculine sport. And the dude's wearing he's painting his fingernails.
Is it blue and white? Duke colors?
It might be blue. He does it, I think, as frequently as anybody else. So I'm sure he changes it up. I don't know what the colors are, but I've never seen a basketball player with painted fingernails. It's cool.
I can't say that I absolutely wouldn't do it, but I don't know that I'm feeling it. I think that, as Hill Dog would say, the fingernail polish would be wearing me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you would need, like, I think Chris, our Chris, would be able to kill it with painting the fingernails.
And he may already be doing that.
Yeah, because he's always wearing rings and he's accessorizing. I think Chris could kill the fingernail game.
Chris rebranded himself very impressively. Like when we first met Chris, he wasn't like as hip, for lack of a better term, as he became.
Interesting.
He went from like, he looked like an assistant coach when we met him, dude.
Really?
Yeah. He was wearing like dry fit polo, tucked into the pants, like a St. Louis Rams dry fit polo. And he had come from working that job. And he sort of was just like, he blossomed from that grasshopper into the butterfly that he now is.
Yeah.
He always had it within him.
I've only met the fashionable Chris.
Yeah,
he's always on top of the trend.
He's on top of the trend.
Right as soon as I'm figuring out what the trend is,
Chris
he would let me know that, dude, that's over. Like, we've moved on and we're wearing X,
Dude,
Y, Z.
That's over. I can't picture him doing that.
No, but
Was he gentler? Chris is gentle.
Chris is very gentle, and he would never talk to me like that. But that's how knowledgeable and with the trends he is.
Shout out to Chris, by the
ready.
way. Chris got a house and moved out of the city.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Congrats to Chris.
Hashtag adulting. Good for you, Chris. I hope to come up there one of these days and check it out.
Yeah, I miss Chris. Okay, the next one.
Wait. You would not do it.
For the same reasons that I wouldn't get a tattoo right away, like I wouldn't paint my nails right away. I'd have to have a reason to do it. I'd love to get a tattoo one day, but I'm not just going to do it for the sake of doing it. And I wouldn't mind painting my nails one day. That'd be kind of cool. But I'm not going to do it until it means something to me.
We should make some sort of bet, and the loser has to do all this stuff for a week. Any of the temporary stuff.
Okay.
So, like, I don't know where you're going with this and what other trends there are, but let's see what they all are at the end of this, and we'll see if we can come up with some sort of wager where the loser needs to do them all.
Okay, we can figure that out. All right, the next one, earrings. Now, this one has been adopted, I think, a lot more by the majority of people in majorityness as of recently of major.
Well, it seems like it's had
straight men.
It's had different iterations. Like, there's that Guido earring look. You know what I mean? There's sort of like the tough guy. Wait, who? Pauly D? Yeah, there's like that look. But then there's also the like artsy looking earring look, which seems to be like in currently. Mm-hmm. To your point about the like gay men being first. Like, I'm seeing earrings on straight dudes that they may not have worn previously.
Mm-hmm. Have you had earrings?
I had a cartilage piercing in high school.
Cool.
Surfer dude.
That's pretty cool. That seemed to be pretty ahead of it. Was that ahead of its time, or was that kind of?
It was sort of
a thing.
It was a thing. It was that whole like Hollister era.
I was just gonna say Abercrombie. Yeah.
So I would 100% pierce my ears. I'm not going to, but I would.
Interesting.
I will like see Bad Bunny looking sick, and I'm like, bro, you should be looking like that, and you're not, and you're robbing yourself.
I don't know if I would get an earring.
1, 2, neither.
None. I don't want to poke holes in my ears.
It's not seeming like any of these are going to be for you.
But
I don't know what the other ones are.
No, they're not. But I want to bring it up because it is.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna see it, and it's.
What else we got?
I'm not coming from a place of judgment whatsoever.
No.
All right, the next one. This is the one that is going to be This is the trend that not is yet. The trend that not is yet.
That is not yet.
That is not yet. The stylist said that this is the one that's going to be adopted next. It has yet to be adopted. Cropped T-shirts. Now I'm not saying crop
top.
I wouldn't even say crop topped, but slightly cropped T-shirts.
Okay. So the belly showing?
Belt buckle, little bit, the skin between your belly button.
A little bit of tummy.
And the button on your pant.
I'll tell you what, Lynch, that just became my goal outfit.
Yeah?
I'm currently too fat to do that. However, if I were to be in decent enough shape, I would be very open to it.
Interesting.
You may have just inspired me.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to go for. I'm a little insecure about that. My tummy. I'm not insecure, but I would not think that putting a crop top on me would be flattering because as I'm bulking up, a lot of my weight goes to my belly, and I don't really care about my abs that much. The only part of my body that I would love to flaunt would be like my obliques, but then it's just a little pudgy.
How much
in
you
the
weigh?
center? 165. I've gained 10 pounds in the last 6 weeks.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you. I'm really proud of it.
What's your secret?
1,900 calorie protein shakes before bed and lifting heavy. Switched up the soundtrack to what I'm working out to. I used to listen to a lot of Drake intimate sexy time music because that's just a vibe. But it's not the right vibe. And so I've switched it up to some I've been listening to NWA,
Nice.
some On His Own Ice Cube, Tribe Called Quest recently. That's been heavy on the rotation, and
I
that
noticed
just
that today. I was impressed.
that provides a thicker intention
Nice, Ryan.
at the gym. But thank you, I appreciate it. But so the crop top, that could be a thing this summer for you.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
Bro, okay.
Do you like your belly button?
No.
No.
I have a deep fucking... Dude, whoever cut my cord got really close to just cutting me completely open and me falling onto the floor from within. I have the most sensitive belly button. When people put their finger in it, it makes me want to die. It feels like someone has entered me.
Interesting.
And not in a nice way.
Yeah. Let us know if you're comfortable when people put their finger in your belly button too. I also I don't like being touched around there. I flinch. It grosses me out and it makes me uncomfortable and it hurts.
I have a deep innie. So the deep innie makes it so that it's harder to look chiseled on your stomach. Mm-hmm. So I need to be really, really fit. So anyway, my goal is to be in good enough shape to wear a crop top. But you and I should come up with some sort of bet where if we lose, we need to paint our nails, wear a crop top, and have earrings. And I have really good fake ones. So you could wear fake ones. So you wouldn't have to permanently pierce
Fake
your
earrings?
Fake thin earrings.
I have fake earrings as well.
You do?
Yeah.
What kind?
They're little golden hoop earrings.
Oh,
I
really?
dressed up as what's his name from Wham?
George Michael?
George Michael.
Are they the spring ones or are they the balls on the end?
I think they're magnets. So there's two magnets on each side and they clip together to each other.
For a hoop?
No, well, but
Are they studs?
No, they're not studs. It is a hoop, but it's a fake hoop. So I don't know, just there's two little magnets at the base that are strong enough to cling together, and then it's a tiny little hoop.
So we need to make sure that
the
that it's the current stylish earring, the thin hoop.
Uh-huh.
So if you don't have it, if you happen to lose whatever this bet ends up being, should we make it straightforward? Should we do it on the basketball championship?
I do have a team that'll win, but you might have the same team as me. So can we say it at the same time? And then
I won't
decide.
I won't change.
I won't change either, but maybe we'll have to change what.
We will, but then because of this, you can just tell me who you think because I'm not gonna cheat.
Okay.
Are you? If I say it
I'm
first,
not going
to
to cheat. No, I'm not going to cheat. But I think it'd be fun if we did a 3-2-1.
Okay, fine.
Thank you. We didn't get to pray on that one episode. I wanted to do a pray when Gavin was on.
Okay.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Yukon.
Fuck.
That's fun though. We did a countdown. That made my day.
They
dude.
seem so likely to win that I don't know that I could say Purdue and feel good about it.
Okay, so we can't do UConn, though that was very fun.
We could do some sort of like, do we want to bet the spread? Like, the line is already out.
Wait a minute. I got a fun one that we can do. How about we do final score, odd or even? So that way this would result in us needing to commit to it right away.
Odd or even.
Final score, collective total. So if the UConn scores 50 and Purdue scores 51 and you have odd, then that'd be 101 and then you would have to get the punishment. But if the final score is 102 or 98 or 64 or 12,
Then you have to.
then I have to do it.
Okay, so here's the final question. For what period of time do we have to do it? And are there any sort of like, dude, if I have shows, I'm not wearing that to my show.
No.
But it would be kind of funny.
We should probably do it to something or for just a day of recording.
Okay.
And maybe a coffee walk after.
Okay. And maybe, you have to and one can film the other. We'll spend an afternoon together.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. We'll Brooklyn.
What? Yes.
We'll Brooklyn together.
We'll Brooklyn. Oh, I forgot. Ryan uses Brooklyn as a verb. It's very cute.
It's a verb. It's an adjective. It's a verb.
When we first moved in, he goes,
And a
"Are you
noun.
guys Brooklyning this weekend?"
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want? Odds or evens?
I'll let you pick.
I feel like you care about this kind of shit more. Like, 28's your favorite number. Like, that's an even number. So do you want even?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it. So wait, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do crop top
loser
and painted nails
and earrings.
and earrings. Okay, I'm down. All right, that sounds like fun, dude. I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to this.
Cool.
This is fun. All right, guys. Well, this is Oops the Podcast. Come see me on the road this weekend, DC and Atlanta. Follow us at Oops the Podcast. Send us your emails, oopsthepodcast@gmail.com. We want to hear about your questions, your stories, whatever's going on with you. Tell us about some cool trips you're going on. Let us know how many flights you're taking. I've been slacking, but I'm about to start picking it back up. I'm at 12 right now. We got to get it cooking. He's at Ryan is Really Polite. Follow him. He's got some shows coming up too.
Yeah, I have a show in Hoboken on April 26th. Be on the lookout on my Instagram, Ryan is Really Polite, for details on that. And thanks for tuning in. We hope you guys have a great day.